Hello and namaste. I am Pallavi Barman. I am called the custodian at HRX, but इसका मतलब ये होता है that I manage the brand and the business at HRX. At HRX, we have just announced our newest property called XPOD. XPOD is nothing but a very interesting podcast which is going to disseminate a lot of information and knowledge to all those who want to know more about fitness, nutrition, spirituality, mental well being, and many other things which kind of blend in together to make you a better human being. So stay tuned and keep coming back to XPOD for more. Hello and welcome to XPOD. As promised, at XPOD, we never cease to surprise you. And keeping up with that ethos, we have someone today who is a bundle of surprises himself. From the time we got to talking to this gentleman to the time he hit our sets today, he has announced the release of his film. So now that you know he's an actor, let me tell you that besides being an actor, he is a professional race car driver, or rather ex-professional race car driver. He's a gamer and he has multiple business interests. He is none other than the son of the yesteryear's good villain, Mr. Ranjit. That is Jeeva Bedi for you on XPOD. Very well, so good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Hello once again, Jeeva. How are you today and how do you feel to be on XPOD?
Very well, very privileged. Thanks for having me here. I'm really looking forward to what all we have lined up.
Well, we are very excited to have you over because you're first male guest this season, and we have a lot to know from you. Clearly, because of your history and the way you've been and the number of things that you do, there is a lot of curiosity which is killing us. But I will jumpstart by asking you, how do professional race car drivers feel when they don't get the wheels?
That's actually a tricky one because I'm a terrible passenger. For sure, I'm a terrible passenger. But also, I'm terrible in chaos, so I prefer sitting in the back seat, so I'm never going to be satisfied. If when I'm in the car, somebody else has to drive, but at the same time, I can't have somebody else drive. Maybe it's a Gemini trait. We are two-sided, two-faced, and I don't know how
But you
would you
don't
take
like
that?
others driving and you can't drive yourself
No.
now.
On roads, it's a bit of a mess for me.
But how was it being an ex-race car driver?
It was a lot. What I learned in my motorsports days is something till date I apply in my day-to-day life. So it was one of the best educations I've had, primarily from discipline, practices which in real world is so crucial to apply in day-to-day activities. So yeah, I would say it was a blessing to have that opportunity as well.
Well. At HRX, we know that there is a secret sauce making you the better version of yourself. Focus, clarity, discipline, consistency. And that's what you have done in your past. And you've come out shining, I must say.
I appreciate that. Thank
And
you.
now that the multiple things you're doing, including your new film, which has just been announced, tell us about this film and what are you playing in this film?
Ooh, this was a fun one. So, um, this was a fantastic journey as well. I had the pleasure of actually auditioning for this film a few times, and the fourth time which I got to audition was directly for the director, Mr. Shashank Khaitan, and he straight told me that, Jiva, this character is meant for you. And it was a fun one because this character is such an interesting character. At one point, I was ecstatic, but I had to introspect a bit in life, look in the mirror. Wait, do I need to worry if he meant that this character is meant for me? So it was a very, very surreal moment, and um, especially when I had to mention this to my family. They had no idea that I was exploring this journey as well. And it was my mother's birthday when I kind of broke the news, which was, I think, 4 or 5 months after I got the role.
Right.
That, guys, by the way, I'm doing a movie. So initially they were just laughing. No, that's a funny joke, Jiva. Nice try. And when the day for the principal photography was just around the corner, it sunk in that, oh my God, our son is actually doing a movie. So,
Wow. But
yeah,
why
yeah.
is it unbelievable for them? It's a very natural progression for you because your father is, like I said, the known as the good villain, and
Right.
the whole world knows him.
Yeah.
So why didn't you grow up to be an actor?
I've been very fortunate that since I was a kid, my parents let me just figure out my own journey. I mean, if it's first of all, it's a privilege to be the son of Ranjit and Nazneen, my mother. By that I mean there's a lot of difficulties that are already mitigated from day-to-day life. So the least what I could do is figure the rest out for myself. So since I was a kid, my parents really just allowed me to find my own path, and they never. I think they never got a hint that Jeeva would want to be an actor, especially because when I was a child, I always saw my father getting beaten up in films, and just imagine
We'll talk more about
how
this
that
later.
was,
He
right?
doesn't literally mean it, but yeah.
Yeah, in context. So that conversation with my life and my career, those conversations I've never really had with my family. They just had faith that, okay, Jiva is on a path, he's focused, that he knows that he wants to do something in his life. When he figures it out, he will tell us. So when it turned out to be movies, it was a very pleasant surprise for them because,
Yeah.
of course, for my father also, it's a bit personal to see his son follow his footsteps.
Amazing. The little takeaway for me from this short chat with him is that pursue your dreams, pursue what you believe in. Don't just assume what you have and work on it, but try and recreate whatever you want. Wherever you envision yourself is not a dream; it's a reality. With that, I will jump into our next segment called Expert Talk with Jiva. Jiva, here we pick up issues and discussions pertinent to the world of fitness.
Right.
And we try sort of decoding certain secrets that people like you may be using in your day to day life, which can help our followers and listeners to become better versions of themselves. So, I understand being an actor and being in front of the camera can be a grueling task. Like you need to look like you're in your top shape. You have to be working crazy hours. Mentally, you need to be fit. You need to be rested. And all of it needs to show when you're on camera. How does that work in real life? Like, how are you always at top of your game when you're facing the camera?
I fitness is really underrated in my opinion. It's such a crucial tool to just be efficient in life. There are many forms in which you can make your life healthier. I've seen this for myself. There have been phases where I've gotten so engrossed in my ventures that I ignore my health, and I can firsthand see how inefficient I've become in my
Or did that have
tasks.
a ramification on your delivery?
Absolutely. Something as simple as clarity in thinking itself becomes an issue if you're not looking after your health. So fitness, definitely, it's for me, it's a temple. Looking after your body is when I say body, it's mind, spiritual, wholesome. You can't just look at one aspect, which is aesthetics, which is very important for films as well. But just to be efficient in life, I feel fitness has been I approach fitness from that format, just to be efficient in life.
Well, can't ignore the benefits of fitness anymore because everyone we have come into XPOD highlights the importance of fitness to be able to have deeper focus, better clarity, certain amount of consistency and discipline, and obviously exponential performance.
Indeed.
So, of course, that's a great takeaway from every guest on every episode at XPOD. Besides that, Jiva, I know you're a gamer. Uh, there are some people from certain school of thought who believe it's counterproductive to sit in front of this screen and just keep like playing, looking at the screens and kind of losing your mind. But I also feel gaming it requires a certain set of skills. It requires your mind body coordination. There you need to be agile. You need to have sharp reflexes. Is it true? And if yes, how do you polish those?
Um, that's actually a good question because again, gaming is an industry which people have also not really given that much importance from a sports perspective. It's a very, very competitive world. I mean, just from the industry as a market value globally is in 2022 valued at $220 billion. It's a
Wow.
phenomenal industry. So massive sponsors. You have the NFL, you have the Cricket League, you have motorsports. Everyone has their own
Yeah, esports
way
are
of
becoming very big.
absolutely esports. When they call it sport, it is actually a competitive
Right.
sport. So I myself dabble with sim racing quite a bit to stay in touch with back in my racing days. Not at a competition level, but I do know for a fact that the competition athletes for esports, their training regime is phenomenal.
Yeah.
They work with the real athlete itself. There's no difference at all with the way they prepare for the task. So I do feel it does make you a sharper person. Gaming is great, but then that's again with everything that you do in life, you have to find the balance in it. It can't just be you dive into it and forget
Yeah.
about that. There's another real world as well, other than the
Sure,
virtual
sure,
world.
yeah.
So one does contribute to the others, you have to figure that pace out for yourself.
Yeah, so when you're a gamer, in a sense, you need to ensure that you're not just staying up the whole night playing games.
Absolutely.
You need to manage your sleep, you need to manage what you're eating, you need to keep working out hand in glove with your fitness goals and your gaming ambition. Well said, Jeeva. What is your fitness regime? What do you do and what do you eat?
I love food. I
Okay, then.
love my pizzas. I love my tiramisus. I love it.
This needs to be edited.
But to do that, I also know I have to look after myself.
Yes.
So again, it's the same conversation that we had about balance. You do one too much, it's going to affect the other. So fitness, like I said, I use fitness to really keep me efficient in life, but also I can enjoy more in life because I'm looking after my health.
Sure.
So I make sure one way or the other, I get some form of a workout happening 5 days a week. So there would be occasions with my ventures that take a lot of my day. In the daytime, I may not be able to give some time to my health. So do 12,500 steps at night and go to sleep after that. Some way or the other, I get some form of activity which is focused for my health into my life. It just puts me in a better place.
Sure.
So I need to do something physical.
So you constantly need to move.
Indeed.
Fitness doesn't necessarily mean going to the gym and lifting
Absolutely.
or jumping around. It could just be movement in any form, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what we believe in too. It is not about regimenting fitness and making it restrictive, but it's about making it expansive and making it enjoyable for yourself so that it becomes sustainable. But because he's been mentioning too much coffee on this show, we have decided to play a little wicked with him. And we are starting with a surprise segment with him called Shots or Squats. So here comes the surprise. Aa jaiye aap. Jeeva, don't be surprised. I'm going to explain to you what's going to happen.
Okay. All right.
Well, this is what you'll be consuming. So as the name suggests, you will either be shooting protein shake or you will be squatting for us.
Okay.
This is the way the game goes. I'm going to make two statements.
Okay.
And you will be choosing one or two. If you choose one, you shoot a shot.
Okay.
If you choose two, you give us 5 squats.
What if it's 1 and 2?
Then you shoot and squat. That's great performance by you.
All right, done.
What an applause.
We are in a health environment. Let's make it count.
Yeah. Please, I think you should be just poised to squat in case you need to before I get started with my segment.
Yeah, are we fine, yeah?
As long as you're comfortable and you're not bumping into the couch.
I'm not supposed to be comfortable. You're making me squat.
Okay, then.
All right.
Playing Wicked begins now. Okay, so this is your first set of sentences. Dating and managing mating or single and ready to mingle?
That's an easy one.
So you're choosing dating and managing mating. Okay, then.
All right.
Go for the shot. Cheers to HRXA game. I hope that tastes good.
Oh, another one.
Okay. Starring in front of the camera always or managing behind the scenes and production?
Oh, that's...
This is your both option. I mean, this is why we caught you. You got to do both.
Okay, let's do this.
It's yummy protein. It's just... It's
yummy, like so.
You've
5 squats, right?
You have added like 10 grams of protein today to your diet already.
3, we're doing the squats.
And
4.
that's the 5th one. The last one.
5.
Well done. Much appreciated. Dreams of a professional racer, gamer and business life or dreams of a superstar and an actor life?
Are you seriously making me do squats and shots? Oh God! All right.
This is being greedy.
This is.
So you do both.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
With a smile on my face.
Go for it. I shall count for you. 5.
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1, and the last one.
No, kidding.
This is very important.
All right.
Super rich, house, cars, riches, girls, and or super talented, multiple films, multiple businesses, an empire to call your own.
That's easy.
It's just the squatting scene. Okay, then.
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and you can come back. I have to give this to you.
But since
that was
a good
being
one.
a fabulous sport. And I love the fact that you love our protein because you
tasty,
voluntarily consumed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeeva. That was fantastic.
And
that makes me end this episode on a banging note because he was such a sport. Truly the sport that he is. He has been. And he continues to be. Jeeva, your parting message for our followers, our listeners and viewers.
Parting message, that's always a responsibility. It has to be said well. Yeah. Have fun, stay true, put a smile on your face, put a smile on everybody else's face. And we all can be happy together. Thank you.
And we can't just let you go without giving you a certain something, because we followed the format so closely. We also have a surprise. It's
Oh,
called
wow.
For consuming so many shots and displaying such high spirits, can't let Jeeva go empty-handed. Here's our big giant hamper for you, Jeeva.
Oh my God.
This
Thank
is from our
you.
official gifting
Oh, wow.
sponsors, Prestige Identity. And it also sets a note to send you back home on a congratulatory note, because your movie is releasing and it's around the corner. We all here at HRX and XPOD wish you luck and hope your movie goes on to becoming a super success. With that, we end yet another episode of XPOD. It was with Jeeva Bedi. He was our guest. He was a super sport, just the way he's been in his past life and continues to be. And at XPOD, we continue to learn from the experiences and the expert talks that we bring to you, to all our followers and listeners. Stay tuned and keep coming back for more. Thank you.
Well, I have to say my thanks. Thanks to HRX, thanks to XPOD, thanks to Pallavi and the entire team for having me over. I had a great time. With the shots, I already feel a bit fitter going back home. So thank you and hope to be back soon. Have a great day.